Hello and welcome to Clearview News Desk. We are reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. I am Gloria Atta. Welcome. A chieftain of the People's Democratic Party and Senate Minority Leader, Senator Abba Moro, has admitted that the party erred by fielding former Vice President Atiku Abubakar as its presidential candidate in the 2023 general election, describing the decision as an error that weakened the opposition's chances. Moro, speaking during a live television interview, said the PDP took the right step by zoning its 2027 presidential ticket to the south. The statement comes after the conclusion of the party's 102nd National Executive Committee meeting, where it resolved to zone its 2027 presidential ticket to the south while allowing the North to retain the position of national chairman. Furthermore, the People's Democratic Party (PDP) has officially zoned its presidential ticket for the 2027 general election to the southern region of Nigeria. The decision was made during the party's National Executive Committee meeting in Abuja. The report.
Bauchi State Governor and Chairman of the PDP Governors Forum, Bala Muhammad, emphasized that the move is a collective decision of the party aimed at national development rather than personal interests. He highlighted the importance of adhering to party zoning arrangements, which now paves the way for southern politicians to vie for the presidential ticket.
I am very, very satisfied with the resolution because I am part and parcel of it, from the arrangement, from the strategy, and from the delivery. So it is an all-inclusive decision for us to have our neck in Ibadan, Oyo State on the 15th of November, and to have another neck on the 15th of October, and also to sustain the existing zoning formula within the party offices, and of course to zone the presidential office to the south so that we can have some sanity, some understanding and unity. Well, I'm calling on Nigerians to know that politics is not about personal interests. It's about self-actualization within the framework of party decisions, party manifesto, and also national development. And that everything is predicated on sacrifice, not self-interest. And of course, we must always give allowance. We must live and let live. We must respect each other. Of course, power comes from God. And so I'm always available. We are all available as governors, as NWC, as BOT to work towards making sure that PDP is the darling of Nigerians so that we can give the political space or allowances for everybody to come and actualize his or her aspirations.
The zoning decision effectively rules out northern aspirants, including Governor Bala Muhammad himself, from contesting for the presidential ticket. However, the decision has generated mixed reaction, with some party stakeholders welcoming the move as a way of promoting unity and others criticizing it as a potential recipe for defeat in the 2027 elections. With the zoning arrangement in place, southern politicians such as Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State and former President Goodluck Jonathan are being mentioned as potential candidates for the PDP's presidential ticket.
More than 150 people have reportedly fled their homes after bandits attacked several villages in Raba local government area of Sokoto State. The attack is said to have occurred on Tuesday night, forcing residents of Madawa, Kirib Diko, Kirib Sabongari and other villages in Rara ward to abandon their homes. A security analyst, Bakat Sine, disclosed the incident in a post on X on Wednesday, saying the displaced people are now in urgent need of government assistance. The Plateau State Police Command has apprehended a gang of suspected armed robbers and kidnappers who targeted motorists along the Jos-Saminaka road. According to the State Police Commissioner, Emmanuel Adesina, the gang operated along Jos Saminaka Road.
The suspects were arrested after their latest operation, where they robbed traders returning from a weekly market of over 1 million naira. Furthermore, the police recovered an illegal firearm from an arms dealer in Langtan South local government area.
We were able to get their names. I will follow up doing the necessary tracking. And it paid off. We were able to arrest the 3 of them. Despite the fact that one of them is still at large, we are still trailing him. And I believe in a very short time, we are going to get him arrested. A gun, one of the operational weapons, was recovered. We are still making efforts to recover others. They have confessed to the sin, to the crime. And one good thing about it, these are the criminals that are making life difficult for people along Jingri Road.
The Commissioner of Police, Emmanuel Adesina, commended journalists in Plateau State for their continued support in promoting peace and security in the state. The suspects were paraded at the command headquarters in Jos.
A gun runner in the habit of giving arms to criminals. Our men went to our detectives. They stormed his residence. But before we got there, he escaped. But we were able to conduct a search warrant in his house, and a gun was recovered. We are still looking for him. He cannot run. Let him continue to run. We are going to get him.
In another development, a United States court has sentenced the Akpetu of Ikpetumodu in Osun State, Oba Joseph Olugbenga Oloyede, to 4 years and 8 months imprisonment over his involvement in a $4.2 million COVID-19 relief fraud scheme. The judgment was delivered on Tuesday by Judge Christopher Boyko of the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Ohio.
Delivering the judgment on Tuesday, Justice Christopher Boyko also ordered the monarch to pay more than $4.4 million in restitution and to forfeit assets linked to the crime. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office, Oloyede pleaded guilty to 6 counts, including conspiracy to commit wire fraud, money laundering, and filing false tax returns. Investigators revealed that between April 2020 and February 2022, Oloyede, along with his associates, 62-year-old Edward Oluwasomi, exploited the federal COVID-19 relief programs designed to support businesses during the pandemic by submitting multiple fraudulent applications under the Paycheck Protection Program, PPP, and the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Scheme, using shell companies and even the identities of tax clients. Furthermore, court documents showed that Oloyede personally pocketed about $1.7 million, while Oluwasomi received approximately $1.2 million. The monarch also allegedly collected kickbacks of up to 20% from false loans filed under his clients' names. According to prosecutors, Oloyede used part of the illicit fund to buy land, construct a house, and acquire a luxury vehicle, adding that he has since forfeited his home in Medina, Ohio, alongside nearly $100,000 in seized proceeds. Oluwasomi had earlier been sentenced in July 2024 to 27 months in prison and issued a $15,000 fine and restitution exceeding $1.2 million. The large-scale fraud, involving at least 38 bogus loan applications, was uncovered following investigations by the FBI, IRS, criminal investigations, and the U.S. Department of Transportation, Office of the Inspector General, working under the Pandemic Response Accountability Committee Fraud Task Force. Abiola Alafe, reporting for Clever News.
Now, a disturbing outcry has emerged from within the Catholic Church following allegations of abuse, harassment, and exploitation faced by many Reverend Sisters in silence. According to Reverend Sister Kinsey Anastasia of Veritas University, Abuja, some Catholic priests and authorities treat sisters as though their primary role is to provide comfort to men of the cloth rather than serve God and humanity. Clevy News correspondent has the details.
It is quite unfortunate that this is not the first time such allegations have surfaced. Recall that in 2018, the Vatican itself admitted that cases of priests exploiting nuns had been reported in several countries, from Africa to India and even Europe. In India, a bishop was arrested after a nun accused him of repeatedly raping her over 2 years, sparking protest by nuns demanding justice. In Africa, numerous hidden cases have been widespread about, but rarely make it to the public due to fear of stigma and the weight of church authority. In the latest development, Reverend Sister Kinsey lamented that sisters are often reduced to ornamenting habits, only seen but not respected, and in many cases used as objects for priest pleasure. She revealed that some priests shamelessly tell sisters, "You are meant to be our wives," and act on that belief, disregarding the vows of chastity and dignity of consecrated life. Even worse, when sisters resist or speak out, many are silenced by higher authorities who prefer to protect the image of the church rather than address the rot within. Sister Kinsey also criticized the misuse of authority by some superiors who turn a blind eye to abuses or even enable them, making sisters more vulnerable. At the same time, she cautioned that not all sisters are innocent, alleging that some compromise their vows, further contributing to the erosion of consecrated dignity. The revelations by Reverend Sister Kinsey have sparked mixed reactions across Catholic and non-Catholic cycles. A Catholic faithful, Jerry Juliet, speaks on the allegation of abuse and exploitation faced by many Reverend sisters in silence.
I wouldn't say they are baseless, and I wouldn't say they are true. The thing is that Reverend Fathers, in the first place, they are human beings. Before a priest is ordained, rather before a man is ordained a Catholic priest, the church will certify that the person is in good health condition. The mouth, everything is working before the person will be ordained a priest. So it's clear now that they are humans. They can have sexual urge. But we also have to help them. Why will you, a woman, go to visit a priest at odd hours? Even if a priest makes advances at you, why not help him to come out from it? They are human beings. You can't deny the fact that, imagine pastors that are married, living with a woman in their house, they still have extramarital affairs. So, not to talk of a reverend father that does not have a wife. There are times he feels like, oh, if not that I'm a priest, I would have done this. And you are available, encouraging him, playing with him, carrying him on. And when he finally goes to bed with you, you come out to the public to accuse them and say they harassed you, they did this, they did that. Why did you allow him to get to that extent? And if that priest, maybe you have tried to help him, is not forthcoming, is not trying to change, you can take it to the bishop quietly. You can take it to because even the Bible tells us that when one is found wanting in this area or that area, you as a child of God should help the person, not to go and condemn the person or to criticize the person. Some of them may even be dealing with spiritual issues. You go and meet the bishop quietly, bring it to the notice of the bishop, and the church have their way of finding out these things. They don't spare them.
A Catholic faithful, Jerry Juliet, also speak on the stance of church on the issue.
One thing I know about Catholic Church is that they don't just settle for something without doing a thorough investigation. If the church investigates and find out that this is true about this priest, his office will be collected. A priest is a priest forever, actually. He will still be a priest, but he can no longer celebrate the mass. When a priest is not celebrating, imagine a doctor whose license has been collected from him. You can no longer call him a doctor. So when a priest is asked not to celebrate the mass again, and the church comes publicly to say this priest is found wanting, he can no longer celebrate the mass, he can no longer hear confession. He's as ordinary as an ordinary person, except he's restored. If not, he cannot. The mass is the highest. So if a priest cannot celebrate the mass, he is no longer a priest, even though you can call him father this or father that, because by the reason of his ordination, he's a priest forever.
The call now is for the Catholic Church to go beyond issuing statements of concern and to implement practical, transparent reforms. Imefon Okon, reporting for Clear News.
A Nigerian clergyman, Prophet Sam O, is stirring reactions online after a video of his sermon went viral. In the trending clip, the prophet urged men in his congregation to enroll at what he described as Gege's University of Wisdom. According to him, the social media personality Gege is teaching young men across the country not to live foolishly. Prophet Sam O further claimed that many women are displeased with Gege's teachings because they are losing certain benefits they previously enjoyed from men. Meanwhile, another viral clip shows a male church member testifying that Gege's advice had positively transformed his life. The videos have sparked heated debates across social media about relationships, gender dynamics, and the growing influence of online voices on young Nigerians.
And I want to thank God for what is happening during last week. What is trending, they call it Gay School of Wisdom. And, go and register. It says Gay School of Wisdom. I understand. It's trending now. Where a young man is teaching other young men not to be stupid. Many ladies don't like it. After all, who go like wear free food for common for a month? Many ladies don't like what that young man is teaching. I too, I have problem with what he's saying. But if you look at majority of what he's saying, there's sense.
And on the foreign scene, South Korea has officially passed a new law banning the use of mobile phones and smart devices during school hours in a bold move to tackle smartphone addiction among students. The legislation, which takes effect from March 2026, was backed by a strong bipartisan vote, 115 in favor out of 163 lawmakers present. Supporters, including parents and teachers, argue that constant phone use is hurting academic performance and distracting children from their studies. However, the decision is not without criticism, as some students and experts question its effectiveness and whether it truly addresses the root causes of addiction. South Korea now joins countries like China, Italy, and the Netherlands that have enforced school-wide bans, but it stands out as one of the few nations to write such restrictions into law. And that's the news. You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Clearview News Desk, or via our handle on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Clearview Online. Many thanks for joining us. I am Gloria Atta. Bye for now.